Before going to discuss about the collisions, so collision can be decided either elastic or inelastic, semi-elastic based on the law of conservation of momentum and law of conservation of kinetic energy. So, if the law of conservation of momentum and law of conservation of kinetic energy both laws are obeyed, then the collision is said to be elastic collision. If a collision is obeying only law of conservation of momentum, then it is inelastic collision. So, let us see that first law of conservation of momentum. Here, according to the law of conservation of momentum, let us take two bodies of masses m1, m2. They are colliding. After the collision, these are moving with m1, m2 mass does not change. The velocity is v1 and velocity is v2. And here velocities, let us take u1 and u2. Here before collision, this is after the collision, at the time of collision. Here momentum is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2, where sum of the momentum of the two bodies before collision is equal to sum of the momentum of the two bodies after the collision. It is a law of conservation of momentum. What exactly it is? Law of conservation of energy for these two bodies. So, sum of kinetic energy of the two bodies before collision is equal to sum of the kinetic energy of the two bodies after the collision. That is law of conservation of kinetic energy. Let us see. Of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square is equal to of m1 v1 square plus of m2 v2 square. This is law of conservation of kinetic energy. Now, based on these two laws, which collision is satisfying these two laws, that collision we can call as elastic collision. Which is not satisfying these two, only it is satisfying one collision, the like law of conservation of momentum only, then inelastic collision we can decide. So, now let us see that elastic collision first. Elastic collision, here it is obeying both the laws. Here the time of collision, after the collision. Here m1 velocity is u1, m2 velocity is u2, it is v1, v2, m1, m2. Here anyway it is colliding m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. It is following the law of conservation of momentum. At the same time, here we can write as m1 u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus u2. Let us take as the equation 2. According to the law of conservation of kinetic energy, of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square equal to of m1 v1 square plus of m2 v2 square. It is law of conservation of kinetic energy, as just before we discussed it. That either side we can cancel off the offs. Then m1 into u1 square minus v1 square equal to here m2 if you take common v2 square minus u2 square. I am writing the u2 here, v1 here. I am sending this part to the left side and this part to right side. In such a manner, m1 is common, u1 square minus v1 square, m1 is being common, and m2 is keeping common v2 square minus u2 square. In such a way, we are writing the similar terms either side. So, now let us take this equation as 3. Now, let us see that our ultimate goal is in this collision, what exactly is happening, what is the core content of the elastic collision that we are doing. So, now they can frame the question from any part of the core subject. So, that is the reason we need to strong about each and every step in the elastic collision. Here by dividing equation 3 and equation 2, here m1 into u1 square minus v1 square by m1 into u1 minus v1, at the same time m2 into v2 square minus u2 square by m2 into v2 minus u2. m2 get cancelled and m1 also get cancelled. Here obviously we know that a square minus b square formula is what? A plus b into a minus b. So, in that sense we can write as u1 plus v1 into u1 minus v1 by u1 minus v1 equal to v2 plus u2 by v2 minus u2 by v2 minus u2 will be get cancelled off. Then u1 plus u2 is equal to v1 plus v2. Here anyway we can write here u1 plus v1 is equal to u2 plus v2, where u1 minus, we can write the resultant equation u1 minus u2 is equal to v2 minus v1. It doesn't mean that what? Change in velocity of the two bodies before collision, that is called relative velocity. The relative velocity of the two bodies before collision is equal to relative velocity of the two bodies after the collision. That we are obtaining this thing. Here u1 minus u2 is equal to v2 minus v1 we got. It doesn't mean that what? Relative velocity of the two bodies before collision is equal to relative velocity of the two bodies after the collision, right? Here 1 is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2, as it is nothing but E is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. It is a coefficient of restitution. Here coefficient of restitution, what we are getting over here? 1. That means in the case of the elastic collision, the coefficient of restitution is 1. We need to remember. So now let us see that what exactly v1 and v2 values. By using these equations, we can find out the v1 v2 velocities after the collision. So let us see. Here already we know that v2 minus v1 is equal to u1 minus u2. Here v2 is equal to u1 minus u2 plus v1. Substitute the equation v2 in equation m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 place, we can substitute the respective value over here, that is u1 minus u2 plus v1. Here then m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 u1 minus m2 u2 plus m2 v1. Now let us take m1 v1, m2 v1 will take at one side, and these two terms will send the other side. Then m1 u1, here also m2 u1, we can take m2 u1 plus m2 u2, m2 u2, it will be 2 m2 u2 equal to m1 plus m2 into v1. Then we want the, ultimately we want to find out the v1 value. So then what we have to do? v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u2. Is it clear? So that by substituting the v2 value in the first equation, we are getting as a v1 m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u2. In the numerical also, before collision only what are the velocities of the two bodies and masses of the two bodies will be given to you. Then after the collision, we are supposed to find out the velocities. The v1 is we are getting as here u1 u2 is the initial velocities, and m1 m2 anyway masses we know before collision only. After collision, how much velocity they possess, that we are obtaining here. So let us see similarly v2 also we can write as m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2 plus 2 m2 by 2 m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1. This is the expression for velocity of the two bodies after the collision. First body is v1, second body is v2. After the collision we got. Now for the numerical point of view, the concept is they may be frame the question like, so let us see how they will frame the question. Fraction of energy transferred to the second body and fraction of energy retained in the first body, how to solve, let us see. Let us take two bodies of mass m1 and m2 is here. m1 is with velocity u1 m2 is at rest, u2 is 0. After the collision, both the bodies are moving. This is moving with v1 velocity, it is moving with v2 velocity, it is m1 mass and m2 mass. Now let us see how much energy is lost by the first body and gained by the second body, that is we want to find out. So initial kinetic energy of the first body is of m1 u1 square. Second body is anyway 0. So kinetic energy final of first body is of m1 v1 square. But what is the v1 there? v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2m2 by m1 plus m2 into u2. Here u2 anyway 0. As u2 is 0, v1 is nothing but, because u2 is 0, this portion will become 0. Then v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1. So kinetic energy final on what will be? Here of into m1 into m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2. Then what will be the final? Of m1 u1 square into rest of the thing is m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. Just I am substituting in place of v1 the value of v1 here. Now we want to find out the fraction of kinetic energy retained in the first body, that is kinetic energy fraction, kinetic energy final of first body by kinetic energy initial of the first body, the fraction of kinetic energy retained in the first body. So that will be taken as of m1 u1 square into m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square by of m1 u1 square will be get cancelled, because kinetic energy initial is of m1 u1 square will be get cancelled out. Then the final formula for the competitive exams, kinetic energy final of first body by kinetic energy of initial of first body is m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. If you write and keep like this, then it will be easy for you, as they ask the question in the competitive exam. Like they will give like example, like a neutron is hitting a nucleus of mass number is A. Neutron example problem, let us see that based on this one. One neutron mass 1 unit will take, and it is hitting with the, that is m1, let us take as a neutron mass is 1 unit, will take as m1 is 1, and hitting with the nucleus m2 is equal to A, because it is a neutron, it is hitting with the colliding with the nucleus of mass number is A. Mass number is sum of the protons and neutrons. Then after the collision, how much fraction of the kinetic energy retained by the neutron? Here fraction of kinetic energy retained in the first body. So that is the expression for the fraction of kinetic energy retained in the first body is m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square we got. So based on this one we can obtain an expression and numerical problem. So like one unit particle is moving and hitting the other particle of mass A units, mass is A, that time like example is one neutron is hitting with the nucleus of mass number A, then what is the fraction of kinetic energy retained in the neutron? That kind of case we can get 1 minus A by 1 plus A whole square, where m1 is neutron, m2 is a nucleus, for which nucleus it is hitting, that mass will be taken as A. So the ratio will be taken A minus 1 by A plus 1 whole square. It is anyway it is a square, we can get as plus modulus thing only, will obtain the ratio. It is losing energy, it is gaining energy. It is gaining energy. How much energy is gaining? Kinetic energy, let us see that. The fraction. Kinetic energy final is equal to of m1 m2 v2 square. What is v2 over here? v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2 plus 2m2 by m1 plus m2, m1 plus m2 into u1. This is anyways u2 is 0, this will be get cancelled. V2 is equal to 2m1 by m1 plus m2, m1 plus m2 into u1 is the velocity of the first body after the collision. Kinetic energy of the second body after the collision, that is kinetic energy final of second body of m2 v2 square. So, how to find out the v2 after the collision? This formula is v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2 plus 2m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1. Then v2 is equal to 2m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1. Just why? Because u2 is 0, just I am taking this part only. So, now let us substitute the value of V2 in this equation, we will get the final kinetic energy of the second body. So, kinetic energy final of second body of M2, V2 place we can write as 2m1 by m1 plus m2. Final kinetic energy of the second body is of m2 V2 square. In V2 place we are substituting the value of V2 from the equation. Then of m2 into 4 m1 square into u1 square by m1 plus m2 whole square. Here we can write as of into m1 u1 square into 4 m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. It is the kinetic energy final of second body. Now, fraction of the kinetic energy received by the second body or transferred from the first body, the same word. Again I am repeating, kinetic energy received by the second body or kinetic energy transferred from the first body. So, the fraction of kinetic energy transferred to the second body from the first body will be taken as kinetic energy final of second body by kinetic energy initial of the first body will be taken as of m1 u1 square into 4 m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square whole by of m1 u1 square will be get cancelled. Then finally 4 m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. Therefore, the final formula, the kinetic fraction of the kinetic energy of the second body retained or transferred from the first body will be 4 m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. Expression for the fraction of kinetic energy transferred to the second body or fraction of kinetic energy received by the second body. So, now let us see that in the case of elastic collision, the change in energy is 0. The loss of energy is 0. Why? Because it is conserving, energy also conserving. Before collision and after the collision, the energy is conserved. That is the reason initial how much energy is there, the final also same energy will be there. So, that is the reason there is no change in energy, delta U is 0. Elastic collision, in which the main content in elastic collision, the collision which obeys only, definition of the inelastic collision, the collision which obeys only law of conservation of momentum but not law of conservation of kinetic energy is called inelastic collision. Example, let us take one ball and just throw into some sand floor. So, it will not bounce back as from the hard surface, that is inelastic collision only. Next, when bullet is fired in the wooden plank, after the collision, wooden plank and bullet together they will move, they will not separate, that is also inelastic, only they obeys the law of conservation of momentum, law of conservation of kinetic energy they does not obey. So, here m1, it is m2, it is u1 velocity, it is u2 velocity, after the collision they are moving with a common velocity. In such a inelastic collision, the bodies after the collision will be stick together and move with the common velocity. Let us see that what exactly in this one. So, in inelastic collision, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 m1 plus m2 into v. As we know, it is a law of conservation of momentum. M1 u1 is the first body momentum, m2 u2 is the second body momentum. After the collision together they are moving. M1 plus, this is m1, this is m2, m1 m2 together they are combining mass moving with the common velocity v. The best example is when bullet is fired into the wooden plank. After the collision, along the wooden plank the bullet will be moved. So that is the reason we will take as sum of the two masses. Now what is the common velocity is here? M1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. This is the common velocity of the body. Common velocity after the collision. In this collision, what is happening? It is only following the law of conservation of momentum. So what will be there? Loss of energy might be there. Otherwise, it is supposed to follow the law of conservation of kinetic energy. It is not following the law of conservation of kinetic energy. Some energy loss takes place. How much energy loss takes place? Let us see. The energy loss in the inelastic collision. Let us find out the expression for the loss of energy in the elastic collision. Let us take two bodies here. It is m1 u1 velocity, m2 u2 velocity. They collide together. They are moving with a common velocity is v, m1 plus m2 together. As you know, initial kinetic energy, loss of energy means initial should be more, final should be less. That is the initial energy, sum of the kinetic energy of the two bodies. What is the final? Together, how much velocity they possess v, and final kinetic energy is of m1 plus m2 into v square. Then let us write total initial kinetic energy and final kinetic energy, then subtract, we will get the loss of energy. So kinetic energy initial is of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square. Kinetic energy final is of m2 u2. Kinetic energy final is of m1 plus m2 into v2 square. What is the v2 or common velocity is v only. So here v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2 into m2. This is the common velocity of the two bodies. We have to, after the collision, we are also supposed to substitute in place of v. Then kinetic energy final might be of into m1 plus m2 into m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. So of m1 m2 by m1 u1 plus m2 u2 whole square by m1 plus m2 whole square. Here the square end will be get cancelled. Then finally here you will get as of m1 u1 square, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 whole square by m1 plus m2. m1 plus m2 will be here. This is the kinetic energy final. Now what we need of loss of energy? The loss of energy, how to find out? Loss of energy, kinetic energy initial minus loss of energy delta U is equal to kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. So here we got the expression for kinetic energy final and kinetic energy initial minus kinetic energy final is a loss of kinetic energy. Fine. So kinetic energy initial is what? Of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square minus of kinetic energy final is here of m1 u1 plus m2 u2 whole square by m1 plus m2. This we got. Now let us see of m1 u1 square plus of m2 u2 square minus of into m1 plus m2 into, it is u1 square m1 square u1 square plus m2 square u2 square plus 2 m1 m2 u1 u2. Now let us see cross multiplication with the first term. Half we can take common in the either term. So m1 u1 square into m1 plus m2 plus m1 m2 u2 square into m1 plus m2 minus the rest of m1 u1 square minus m1 square u1 square m2 square u2 square minus 2 m1 m2 u1 u2. This is the expression. By expanding you will get half common m1 square u1 square plus m1 m2 u1 square. I am multiplying with m1 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 square u1 square, multiply with m2 m2 into first term m2 m1 m2 into u1 square. Similarly, the multiplication of each term, this is multiplied with first one and second one plus m1 m2 u2 square plus m2 square u2 square minus m1 u1 square m1 square u1 square minus m2 square u2 square minus 2m1 m2 u1 u2. Here let us see m1 square u1 square m2 square u2 square minus m1 square u1 square m2 square u1 square get cancelled. In the entire expression we got m1 m2 u1 square m1 m2 u2 square minus 2 m1 m2 u1 u2 is there. So we can take common like half into m1 overall by m1 plus m2 is there, overall by here m1 plus m2 is over here, that will be carried here by m1 plus m2 is here, that will be taken as half into, it will be right m1 m2 will be take common, m1 m2 is common, anyway by m1 plus m2 is here u1 square plus u2 square minus 2 u1 u2 will be here. This is I am taking the m1 m2 m1 m2 m1 m2 in each term I am taking common, then m1 by m2 is there anyway in the denominator that I am writing here, rest of the parameters u1 square u2 square minus 2 u1 u2 I am writing. So then finally it will be like final expression will be of m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 whole square. It is just like a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab, that is a minus b whole square formula. So finally the loss of energy can be written as the formula in case of the inelastic collision. The loss of energy we are supposed to take it as half into m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 whole square. It's very important expression for the competitive exams. They will be given like masses will be given for you, then loss in kinetic energy they will ask. Let us take an example problem. So based on this how they will ask the question for the competitive. So coming to the point, so far we discussed about elastic collisions, inelastic collision also. In the inelastic collision the common velocity we found, and then we found that in the case of inelastic collision energy loss will be takes place. How much energy loss takes place in the case of inelastic collision, we got an expression for that like of m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 whole square. Let us see the example problem based on this one. Let us take a mass of particle of mass m1 is 2 kg is moving with velocity u1 is equal to 20 meter per second. Another particle which is at rest u2 is 0 of mass is 3 kg. After the collision the collision takes place, then after the collision they are moving obviously with the different velocities, that velocities is not given. but how much energy might be lost in this case of collision they are asking. Here let us take if it is u2 is 0, if it is u2 value is given, the same formula we are supposed to use, m1 m2 by half m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 whole square. So, here u2 is 0, then how to find out the loss of energy? Here also kinetic energy simple way, here kinetic energy initial is equal to half m1 u1 square, that is half into m1 is 2, u1 is 20 square, that is 400 joules of energy is initial, but the thing is kinetic energy in case of inelastic, kinetic energy final is of m1 plus m2 into v square, but v is here common velocity m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2, that is v is equal to, it is m1 is 2 kg, u1 is 20 plus anyway 0, then 2 plus 3, m1 is 2, m2 is 3 kg. So, then v is equal to 2 into 20 by 5, 5 ones by 4s. So, 4 2s are 8 meter per second is a common velocity. Now, let us substitute in the kinetic energy final is of m1 is 2 plus 3 into v square. What is the v? Here 8. So, then 5 by 2 into 8 into 8, 8 fours, 2 fours are 8. Here the final value is 40 into 4, 160. So, 5 8s are 40, 40 into 4, 4 4 16, 160 joules of energy. Then the change in kinetic energy is what? Loss of, change in means what? Here loss of kinetic energy is, initial is how much? Is more, 400 joules are there. Final is how much? Only 160 joules is there. So, kinetic energy initial minus kinetic energy final, so that is 400 minus 160 joules. So, here one example problem we are taking, that is first 2 kg mass is going and hitting with the 3 kg mass. After the collision they are stick together and they are moving. After the collision they are stick together and they are moving with a common velocity v, because it is a inelastic collision where v1 is equal to v2. v1 is equal to v2 means they are stick together and they are moving with a common velocity. So, now what happens here? The energy will be get lost in the case of inelastic collision. So, how much energy will be lost, that we want to find out in this problem. So, initial kinetic energy of the first body is half m1 u1 square. Initial kinetic energy of the second body, anyway u2 is 0, no kinetic energy. So, that is the reason initial kinetic energy is half m1 u1 square, half into m1 is 2, u1 is 20 whole square, 20, 2 will get cancelled, 2 to the 4, 400, 20 square is 400 joules of energy is initial. Kinetic energy final, final is what? Those two mass together they are moving with the common velocity. What is the masses? m1 plus m2 into v square, half m1 is 2 kg, m2 is 3 kg. Common velocity, as already we know, v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. V is equal to, just substituting the values, 2 into m1 is 2, u1 is 20 and u2 is 0, that is the reason m2 u2, in u2 is 0, the total is 0 here. m1 m2 is 2 plus 3, because m1 is 2, m2 is 3. So, finally, v is 2 into 20 by 5, 5 ones, 5 fours, 2 fours, 8 meter per second we got as a common velocity. Just a substitute in place of v. So, after that half into 2 plus 3 is 5, here 8 into 8, this is 2 ones, 2 fours, 8, it is a 40, that is 160 joules will be obtained here, because here 4, 5 fours, 5 8s are 40, 40 into 4, 4 fours are 16, 160 joules of work is 160 joules of energy is the final. But actually what? Initial possesses 400 joules, final is only 160 joules. Basically, there is a loss of energy can be obtained like initial minus final. Initial is more, final is less. The loss of energy is initial minus final, that is 400 minus 160 is at 240 joules of energies get lost in this problem. We discussed it so far elastic collision, inelastic collision. Now, semi-elastic collision. Semi-elastic collision. In case of semi-elastic collision, the E will be lies between E is greater than 0 and less than 1, where E is a coefficient of restitution, that is V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2, where E is a coefficient of restitution. It will be lies E1 minus E2 by. Similarly, here E is V2 minus V1 is equal to E into U1 minus U2. Here V2 is equal to E into U1 minus E into U2 plus V1. Substituting this value in equation M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2, M1 U1 plus M2 U2 equal to M1 V1 plus M2. In place of V2, E U1 minus E U2 plus V1. Here M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 E U1 minus M2 E U2 plus M2 V1. Now, we want to find out the velocity after the collision. In the case of semi-elastic collision also, two bodies are moving with the velocities U1 and U2, they are colliding. After collision, they are going with velocities V1 and V2. We want to find out the after the collision V1, V2 velocities we want to find out. Now, let us see M1 U1 plus M2 U2, these two terms will send here, minus M2 E U1 plus M2 E U2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into V1. Here M1 minus M1, let us take M1 minus E M2 into U1. I am taking the M1 M2 E U1, U1 term I am taking common, then rest of from these two terms. Next one is M2 U2, here M2 U2 is there, M2 U2 I am taking common. So, if you take M2 U2 common, 1 plus E will be left, because M2 U2 I am taking common, M2 U2 here also there, 1 plus E, by multiplying the same thing will obtain. Here M1 plus M2 into V1. Now, what we want? V1 is equal to M1 minus E M2 by M1 plus M2 into plus M2 into 1 plus E by M1 plus M2 into, it is U1, this is U2. So, similarly, the second velocity also, first body velocity after the collision. So, just I am taking in terms of, because semi-elastic collision means E will be there, E exists. In case of elastic and inelastic collision, elastic is E is 1, inelastic E is 0, that we won't find those values. But in the case of semi-elastic, the E will be exist. If you substitute the E is 1 here, you can find out the elastic collision. M1 minus M2 by M1 plus M2 into U1 plus 2, 1 plus E, elastic collision E is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 M2 by 2 M2 U2 by M1 plus M2 into U2, like that you will get the expression of elastic. Similarly, V2 can be written as M2 minus E M1 by M1 plus M2 into U1 U2 plus M1 into 1 plus E by M1 plus M2 into U1. This is the expression for the second body velocity. It is an expression for the first body velocity. Here the next one more important parameter in the case of collisions, that is coefficient of restitution. As so far we used that value. Let us see that coefficient of restitution E is V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. Here first body, it is second body. Collision, after collision it is U1, U2, V1, V2. Here change in velocity is the relative velocity after the collision. Here change in velocity is here relative velocity before collision. It is a before collision, it is after collision. Now what exactly E? How to calculate E? How numericals will be? They may ask in the E value of E and on the expression of E, let us see. So now first one is here expression for E, determination of E. Determination of E. Assume that there is a ball, it is falling from height h1. After the collision from the floor, it is bouncing back to height h2. It is rising to h2 height. Then what will be here? It is falling from height h1, it is bouncing back to height h2. So then determination of E is equal to V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. Here let us consider the before collide, the velocity as before collision U1 is equal to square root of 2g h1. After the collision V1, it is moving back, that is with V1. After collision the first body is bouncing back to height h2 with velocity V is equal to square root of 2g h2. Now, but the direction is opposite, so V1 will be taken as negative. Now let us substitute the value. Here the floor, whatever on which floor the ball is falling, the floor will be before collision and after collision it will be at rest. Therefore U2 is 0 and V2 also 0. So now let us see E is equal to V2. V2 is 0 minus V1 is square root of 2g h1 minus by root of 2g h1. It is h2, it is h1 by 0. In place of V2, V2 is 0. In place of V1, V1 is equal to square root of 2g h2, but V1 is moving up opposite to the direction of motion of first case. That is the reason we are taking the minus. Direction of motion is opposite to the initial direction. That is the reason we are taking minus. So minus of minus by U1 plus is U1 is 2g h1, 2g h1. U2 is initial velocity is 0. I am substituting 0. E is equal to minus into minus plus 2g will be get cancelled, root of h2 by h1. Here minus into minus plus 0 anyway, no value. Here root of 2g h2 by root of 2g h1, 2g get cancelled, h2 by h1. So expression for the, we can determine the coefficient of restitution of a collision by using this formula. So here we can write E square is equal to h2 by h1. h2 is equal to E square times of h1. To what height it is rising with the one collision, after bouncing one collision, that will be E square into h1. h1 is the initial from which height it is falling, that substituting we can find out the up to what height it can rise. So the rising height also based on the coefficient of restitution. It is depend upon nature of the material of the colliding bodies, right? The height covered by the ball after n3 bounds, after n3 bounds, that is an expression. So let us find out this. First ball is falling here. If ball is falling here, it is bouncing back in the same way. It is falling and going back, falling and going back, falling, and finally it will come to rest. So we cannot draw the same way. That is the reason we are writing as a ball is falling from height h, it is bouncing back to height h1. After that is bouncing back height h2. After that is bouncing back height h3. It doesn't mean that what? So on hn. Because we can't show here, that is the reason we are showing horizontally. It doesn't mean that as body is moving horizontally. It is moving there only, that we are showing for our convenience. So, nth rebounds, after the nth rebounds, if you leave the ball, after bouncing, after n rebounds, how much height is covered, that we want to find out. So, let us see, E is equal to under root of h2 by h1. h2 is h1 here, h1 is h. Actual formula E is equal to root of h2 by h1. But in this case, h1 is h, h2 is h1. So, just I am substituting E square is equal to h1 by h, h1 is equal to E square into h. Similarly, for second bounce, E is equal to root of h2 by h1, E square is equal to, this is equation 1, E square is equal to h2 by h1, h2 is equal to E square into h 1. Substitute this value in equation. So, here we got as h2 is equal to E square into h1, but h1 is already we got as E square h. So, therefore, h2 is equal to E square into h1 plus is E square into h. Similarly, h3 is equal to E square into E square into E square h. So, for hn is E square, so on. So, plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 so on hn is equal to e to the power of 2n into h. It is the expression for the height covered by the ball after nth rebounds, where hn is the nth rebounds height, E is a coefficient of restitution, 2 is n is the number of bounds, h is the initial height from where it is fall. So, such cases we can use this formula. Now, let us see that in the case of after nth rebounds, total how much distance is covered, that is also an important one. Nth rebounds, here total distance covered after nth rebounds, that is here the same diagram, first rebound, second rebounds, third rebounds and so on dash dash nth rebounds. Here first is falling from h, second is h1 height, while going height h1 again coming back h1. So, 2h1, here also h2 while coming back to h2. In such a manner, so the total distance should be taken, s is equal to h1 plus h plus 2h1 plus 2h2 plus so on. Here s is equal to plus 2h3 plus so on. Here we can write as s is equal to h plus 2 can take common, h1 plus h2 plus h3 plus so on. Here s is equal to h plus 2 into h1 is, we can write E is equal to square root of h by h1 by h, E square is equal to h1 by h, h1 is equal to E square h. So, here h1 place we can write as E square h plus h2 place e power 4 h, h3 place e power 6 h. So, multiples of 2, this is here plus so on. Then s is equal to h plus 2, again here we can take h common. So, h E square plus e to the power of 4 plus e to the power of 6 plus so on. Here it is a geometric progression. For some of the n terms of geometric progression is a by 1 minus r is the expression for formula sum of the n numbers. So, s is equal to h plus 2h into E square plus, here a is the first term E square, 1 is 1 only, r is a ratio of the R is T2 by T1, second term by first term. Second term is E2, E4, first term is E2. It is nothing but E square only. E to the power of 4 by E to the power of 2, that is E to the power 2. So, it is E to the power 2. Similarly, third term by second term also we can get the same thing. That is the reason R value is the ratio of the terms. First term, second term to the first term, third term to the second term, and so on. So, we will get the ratio as E square. Now, S is equal to H plus 2H. Here, we can take common like H plus H, by taking the H common, here 1 plus 2 E square by 1 minus E square. Here I am taking the H common again, 2 is left over there, E square by 1 minus E square is as it is. Then we want the S equal to H into 1 minus E square plus 2 E square by 1 minus E square. Just I am taking the LCM and just I am simplifying. S is equal to H into 1 plus E square by 1 minus E square. It is an expression for the total distance covered by the body. Here 1 minus E square plus 2 E square is E square. 1 minus E square anyway here. S is equal to, from where it is falling from height H, into 1 plus E square by 1 minus, where E is the coefficient of restitution of the particular body. So, then we can find out the total distance covered after n rebounces. So, here the time taken by the ball after n rebounces, for n rebounces, here T is equal to square root of 2h by g. Total time taken is while falling, it is time is t only. Here going up and coming back 2t terms it will come. So, here let us take T1, T2, T3 and so on. Now, total time t is equal to t plus Tn, t plus 2t1 plus 2t2 plus 2t3 so on. Now, Tn is equal to t plus 2t1, 2 common, t1 plus t2 plus t3 so on. Here t, anyway we have square root of 2h by g plus 2 into square root of 2h1 by g, because from h1 it is falling. So, plus root of 2h2 by g plus root of 2h3 by g plus so on. Here root 2h by g plus 2 root of 2 into E is equal to root of h1 by h, E square is equal to h1 by h, h1 is equal to E square into h. So, by substituting in place of h1, we can get 2 into E square into h by g plus root of 2 into e to the power of 4 into h by g. Similarly, plus root of 2 into e to the power of 6 into h by g so on. It is 6. So, now we can take the common parameter common 2h by g, 2h by g, 2h by g. Now, we can take common 2h by g under root is by taking common 1 plus 2 into e plus here e square, here e square is e will become, e power 4 is e square will become, and so on, e power 4, e power 3 plus so on it will be, because e square is e power 4 is e power 2, e power 6 is e power 3 and so on. Now, the total time taken t is equal to here 2h by g, root 2h by g as it is, 1 is there, here 1 plus 2, it is in GP, so it is also in GP. GP case we can write as a by 1 minus r formula. So t is equal to square root of 2h by g into 1 plus 2 into a is the first term is e, 1 minus e, because ratio also here t is equal to r is equal to t2 by t1, t2 is e to the power of 2 by e is e only. By substituting the respective values over there, the first term is e, ratio is e to the power of 2 by e, is r is e. Substituting in place of a is e, in place of r is also e, then we get t is equal to root of 2h by g into 1 plus 2e by 1 minus e, that is t is equal to root of 2h by g into 1 minus e plus 2e by 1 minus e. So t is equal to root of 2h by g into 1 plus e by 1 minus e. This is the expression for time taken for n rebounces. For n rebounces, 2h by g into 1 plus e by total time taken it is. For the completion of the n rebounces, this much time, where e is the coefficient of restitution, h is the from where it is falling, t is the total time taken. So falling here, the first velocity here e is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. Ball is falling on this floor, that is floor u2 is 0, v2 also 0 as we discussed so far. Here u1 bouncing back is u2 with v1 velocity, then substituting here v2 is 0, 0 minus of minus v1 by u1 minus 0, e is equal to finally v1 by u1. Here v1 is equal to e times of u1. Similarly v2 is equal to e times of v1, but v2 is equal to e into v1 place we can use e times of u1 in such a manner v2 is equal to e square into u1. Similarly vn is equal to e to the power of n into u. So where n is a number of bounces, vn is a velocity after nth rebounds, e is a coefficient of restitution, u is the initial velocity with which it is bouncing the floor, hitting the floor. The u1 is, I am taking generalized formula is u1 is u, I am taking nth rebounds velocity is vn, the coefficient of restitution, where n is the number of rebounces. As students, so far we discussed in the case of the collisions. So what is collision? In collision, how many types of collisions are there? So what is law of conservation of momentum, law of conservation of kinetic energy, and elastic, inelastic, semi-elastic collisions. In the elastic collision, so final velocities. In elastic collision, transfer of energy ratio, fraction of transfer of energy of the one body to another body. Next, in the case of semi-elastic, inelastic collision, that is common velocity. Next, loss of energy. Next, semi-elastic collision. What is semi-elastic collision? The collision lies between the elastic and inelastic based on the coefficient of restitution that we discussed it, and final velocities of the semi-elastic collision we seen. Next, coefficient of restitution and how to solve the numericals by using the coefficient of restitution. The formulas we derived so far. Next, like so after n rebounces, what is the height covered in after nth rebounds, that we seen. Next, velocity after nth rebounds. Next, total distance covered for the n rebounces, and what is time taken for the n rebounds after nth rebounds, how much time it will be take. This total time taken for the n rebounces we can see in this